Change or end of career. This is another area that's a real sore point for many veterinarians, for many horse trainers, for many people in the community, and that is the whole issue around what happens to horses when we're done with them. And the requirement is the welfare of the horse must be of paramount importance when making change or end of career decisions. And this is critical. It's not okay, all right, as horsemen, it's not okay for us to take a horse that we know is no longer sound to do the job we're asking it to do, get a veterinarian out to inject all its joints and sell it to the next person who thinks that they're going to do the same thing. Okay, that's not fair. That's not fair to the horse. It's not fair to the buyer. It's not okay to take a crippled, tired old riding school horse or pack horse and take it down to the auction where you might get $200 for it, and then it's going to ride the long truck all the way to Saskatchewan. It's going to stand in a feedlot for 6 months with its arthritis, its laminitis, you fill in the blank, while it goes through a mandatory washout period before it goes for slaughter. That's really not okay. We need to really step up to the plate as horsemen to start making better decisions for horses at the end of their career or, unfortunately, at the end of their lives. And if that means paying the money to have the veterinarian come out, paying the money to have the renderer come out and put those horses down where they stand and have them hauled away or buried or cremated, that's what we need to do. We need to stop passing horses off onto the next unsuspecting person. And a great case that I'll bring up is the case of that horse that many of you may have heard of in Victoria that was hung by the backhoe. And what happened in that case was it was a family, and maybe they're here today, I don't know, but they had the standard 25-year-old horse that had no teeth, and a 25-year-old horse with no teeth in Victoria costs about $500 a month to feed. What they did with this horse is they were tired of dealing with it. They wanted to move on in their lives, so they found someone that was willing to take it for free, free to good home old horse. So they gave it to a crusty old Dutch farmer who put it out in a field. And so very quickly this horse, without the benefit of all of this processed food and special care that it was getting, was becoming progressively more emaciated. All kinds of people tried to intervene. This old fellow wouldn't listen to reason. One veterinarian actually offered to euthanize the horse for free. He wouldn't hear of it. He got tired of the SPCA showing up at his place. So he took his backhoe one day, tied a rope around the horse's neck, and he hung it. And that was his method of euthanasia. And if you understand anything about the anatomy of the horse, a horse's larynx and its trachea are reasonably difficult to crush. So the reality is that horse probably asphyxiated. So basically it died by choking. And this came up around the table at the Code Committee because when we made the euthanasia requirements, I was absolutely adamant that it had to be in there that there's only 3 ways you're allowed to kill a horse in Canada. One of them is lethal injection by a veterinarian. One of them is gunshot, and the third one is captive bolt. And it had to be in that document. That is the only way. And they said, for heaven's sakes, Bettina, who would even dream of trying to kill a horse any other way? And I said, aha, how about hanging? And so it is in there. Because the way that the fellow got off on that case, like he got a wrist slapping, and is that nobody could really prove that that horse suffered. So now with the code, it would be a slam dunk. But that was unacceptable. Well, why is that? Why am I talking about that horse, about change and end of career? The people I think we should be talking to are the people that own that 25-year-old horse. They should have put that horse down. Okay, they should have let that horse go peacefully. Okay, there is no bad welfare associated with a timely euthanasia, but there is terrible welfare associated with passing off geriatric horses with multiple health problems to people that simply don't have the means or the ability or the knowledge to care for them.